All right, right now we'll be diving into the curriculum for creating an agenda for the curriculum. So, in the last session, we updated the training memo for TrainFarb, and really the format that we came up in here, I used that and updated the base template for this project. So this is the format for the memo. Uploaded this to TrainFarb's organization, and I'll just show you here. This was then added to the curriculum template. So as I work through each of the steps for TrainFarb, you'll see here in this base template all of these drafts, then have this added in. So right now I'm working on the agenda. There's nothing in here right now. After this meeting, after this recording, I will add the structure that I come up with back into here. So what's the goal for this session right now? So my goal here is to teach 144 people how to create an agenda for building out the curriculum for whatever platform they have. And ultimately, I want that to help them earn $144,000 a year by focusing on slow productivity so that they can 12x their creativity. I think it's really interesting that so many people are focused on increasing their productivity, but increasing it for what? I think a lot of people are increasing their productivity for a job that they hate. A lot of people are increasing their productivity for all the different responsibilities that they have in their life, which is good and important for us to do. We can't always do exactly what we want. It's got to be a balance, but I don't think people have enough emphasis on what it is they actually enjoy, their creativity. So with everything we're doing with these P3 ecosystems, the idea is that they should be able to 12x their creative output. This is the sketch of the, actually let me pull that up too. This is the sketch of the formulation AI. There we go. So it's a sketch of the agenda that I came up with yesterday. And part of this PDF here really helped clarify how I want to create agendas moving forward. Right now, I'm just going to bring all that in here. I don't have too much to say about it, but I'm going to start by adding in this metadata. So the long play is a team within an organization. Interesting. So TrainFarb is creating this for Q3. Let's just try this. Maybe this will need to change later. Polymath. And EP is an ongoing project specifically for Q3. EP0.teaching is teaching people how to do this curriculum. So I'm working within TrainFarbs, but I'm using, I think that might be how I do it. I'm using .teaching so that TrainFarb can create an epic playlist. So the verse is the actual month that we're in. So we got LP0, EP0. It's going to be verse 0, our source. Groove is the session within the month. So this is the Q3, LP0, EP, V0, Groove 1, Ego. description of this. I want to do all this in YAML. How to create your community training platforms, ego development focused curriculum, and then beat. So this is going to be Q3, LP0, EP0, V0, Groove 1, Beat 9, language. Since I am working with TrainFarb, since this is TrainFarb, this is really where things deviate. So let's do the description here. And this will be yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm creating ego development curriculum for open source chief language officer onboarding platform. Perfect. How does this look? Does it go? Okay, that's good for me. Then we have, really that's it. So now I can get into the actual agenda. And this PDF here describes problem formulation in a way I haven't really seen before, but I like how it's split out into like starting with a goal-based agent. So maybe I'll do that here. Whoa, what's going on, buddy? So this first section, I'll just say goal and agents. So the goal is ego development focused curriculum for an open source chief language office onboarding platform. Agents, we will have owner as DG, producer as TrainFarb, provider, U3 agency, and consumer is our story. The next section here is, let's do it just a space. Problem formulation. So the initial state where are we starting off? We say that DEG's 12 team cohort doesn't have a clear process for outlining a curriculum that teaches others about their value proposition. So we have each team has an unfocused training platform. Each team has to create their own training curriculum, which is unproductive. And because of this, they're all wasting energy. Wasted energy creating 12 limits creative output of each team. So that goes into the focus, productivity, and creativity challenges for each team. Let me add some space here. That's excessive. No, I don't have to worry about, which is nice. Okay, so that's problem formulation initial state. Next is problem formulation actions. The primary action, how can Q3 agency B.9.0 training platform create an open source process that increases focus on slow productivity to 12x the creative output for DG's 12 team cohort. And so like that's the general action that we're trying to think of. And let's say that we're going to write out the agenda for a 1-day curriculum. That's what we did down here. And we're going to create minutes actions agenda. And we're going to create transition model minutes for developing curriculum. That will be in two forms. So like the GitHub project that is behind here really is that transition model. But I will also make it in a markdown format like we're doing here. And then finally we'll work through that transition model. And record solution for for others, which is what we're doing right now. Next section. Searching solution transition model. So outlining the agenda and publishing to the repositories. So this will be, I want to do this for DEG, Train Farb, Q3, our story, and etc. Really, I want this to be for everyone's. And I think the way to do this is to have it set so that it's really clear for DEG. So like Train Farb is going to have a clear repository. I need to stop multitasking with each action. So then we're going to outline the lesson plan for actions taken today with steps to clone repository. Let's just keep doing this. I'm not going to searching solution. Path costs. This is interesting. Something I would have never thought of, but the path cost is charting the steps that it takes to do this and what it costs. Usually like within coding, it's like, okay, just how much processing power, how many steps does it take to actually solve the problem. With what we're doing here, I'm going to adapt this so our agendas will always show how much is this going to cost across the ecosystem. Especially if you're doing open source work, a lot of open source communities struggle with knowing how to have an income. So if you can come up with clear and fair pricing, I think open source communities can start making a lot more money. So here is the price for people that I am creating things for, like people part of the core team, but they're not exactly like getting all of the services. So that would be like the primary cohort. They're paying $117 a day. The owner, is what is fueling the provider. So in this case, DEG is the owner. So they would be paying $428 a day for this setup. And then consumers, everyone else that wants to join in on this, pays $12.85 to get involved. But this is all of this is also free since it's open source. I'll have a breakdown of the pricing later. So the next section after searching solution is executing actions. And the first part of that is the solution. Write outline for lesson plan 9.0.1 post/podcast script. Now, to do that, we're going to complete debrief questions for what was completed. Draft with Hugging Chat or Notebook LM. Let's see, I know I think this is a little bit more thought out. And then publish to GitHub discussions for review. So that's the steps taken. Next we have executing actions optimal solution. So this is the story we're going to tell ourselves, right? So like this is going to be the creative story. It could be told as like a pitch, or it could be told as like a mythology, a short story. So let's say we're going to storyboard a creative lesson plan. So it's going to be 9.0.1 video. This is going to be refined a lot. Define world. Yeah, let's just, right now I'm looking through at the minutes that I went through, like the minutes outline, and realizing it really should be the agenda, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. That'll be a lessons learned, and the next go around will consolidate. Right now, so all I need to say is define world for 9.0.1.0. Define setting for 9.0.1.0. Define narrative for 9.0.1.0. Finally, we're just going to have a summary. Summarize completed agenda before implementation. We went through problem formulation. Searching solution. executing actions. So we're going to clone that project and execute these tasks right here. And that's really the agenda. So now I'm done with this. And I think this can be added to, let me just copy this. Let me save it and see how it looks with this format. I think that's fine. I like the metadata at the top. Let me delete this at the top here. I don't need to say this. The goal I would like to keep here, but I want to keep that as a quote. And then I'll just have some resources at the bottom. So let's save this. I'm going to, now I'm going to go to TrainFarb's repository. So let's go here. My repository for this is here. What am I doing here? Because I think really the repository and the README file I'm just going to put it in here for right now, and I think as I continue to do more of these, it'll make sense how it all shakes out. For right now, I'm just going to plop all that right in there. Don't even worry about it. This is not exactly how I want it to be, but this is how it's going to be right now. Commit changes. I think really in the future this will be yeah, don't even worry about that. Just keep it moving and it'll clean up as we go. So now I want to come back to this template, and I'm just going to just dump it in here. Don't worry about formatting, don't worry about making it a template, just put it in just like this, and then again, as we continue to work through it, it'll get more and more refined. But that template is updated, which is good, and I think we are solid now. I'm going to come back here, I'm going to upload this video to YouTube, and then I'm going to paste it in. Man, this really takes a little bit, doesn't it? I'm going to paste it into the comments. So once I paste it in the comments, then I'll close this.